Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone is keeping well. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get the latest updates about the coronavirus in Spain. Today, being the 23rd of March, we received some critical updates concerning the state of emergency and how it is going to affect us here in Spain. Now, if you're interested in knowing some of the things that you are allowed to do, places you're allowed to go, and places you're not allowed to go, and things you're not allowed to do during the state of emergency, I'll suggest you watch till the end of the video, because I'm going to give all the details about where you can go, where you cannot go, what you can do, and what you cannot do during the state of emergency. Before I carry on, I am going to bring you up to date on the numbers for today. At the moment here in Spain, they've confirmed over 33,000 cases with people infected, and has been confirmed that 2,200 people have died so far from the coronavirus. The critical update that we have received today is that the state of alarm has now been extended for another 15 days. Now, I believe the state of alarm was announced about a week ago, but this is going to be extended further until I think April the 11th. So we are expected to stay indoors and to help stop the spread of the coronavirus in Spain. Now, I think this is a good measure. We all need to adapt and enforce to strengthen the fight against the virus. We have been warned that very hard days are yet to come, where the number of deceased will increase, and so it is necessary for us to be prepared, because this is still the impact of the hardest wave. We are still experiencing the impact of the hardest wave that the coronavirus has brought on us. As at today, the 23rd of March, we have over 2,200 deaths and more than 33,000 confirmed cases. I wanted to share in this video some of the things that you can do and some of the things you cannot do whilst we are still in this state of emergency, because this is going to be a long couple of days that are yet to come. Up until April the 11th or so, we need to be careful the kind of things that we're doing, both at home and also outside, what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. Since Spain has officially entered the state of alarm for the corona pandemic, we need to resolve some of the questions and doubts that we have on our minds, as we're going to face, a couple of restrictions that have been introduced throughout Spain. I wanted to share with you some of the things that we are, able to do whilst we're in the state of alarm. I know there are many doubts on the minds of people, and I'll try and address most of them as much as possible. Now, one of the doubts that came in since the state of emergency was enforced and, has now been extended is, can I leave my house? Am I allowed to leave my house? And the answer to that is yes, but there are a few, restrictions to that, okay? We are allowed to leave the house, but in very defined cases. It is recommended to stay at home, unless it is absolutely necessary to get food or any basic amenities, to get, any products from the pharmacy, or if you are going to assist in a health center, or if you're traveling directly to the workplace. So if you're traveling directly to work, you are allowed to leave your house, but you need to return home directly. if you are also able to assist and take care of elderly, minors, dependents, or people with disabilities, especially vulnerable people, you are allowed to leave the house. In these cases, obviously, you need to have the skills and professional abilities to be able to assist in any of the medical health centers or elders, minors, dependents, people with disabilities, and vulnerable people. If not, you might get into some trouble. You can also leave your house if you're going to a bank or any financial institution. That is absolutely fine. The other concerns people raised was that, can I get around in my car? And the answer to that is yes. Cars are allowed to carry out, the activities that I've already mentioned, and you're also able to go to the gas stations. Of course, keep in mind, you need to take all the precautionary measures that would keep you safe and also prevent the possible spread of the virus. Now, when you go out there, what is going to be open? Now that we're in a state of emergency, when you step out of your house, what can you expect to be open? As a lot of you already know, restaurants, bars, clubs, a lot of shops are basically closed. What you can expect to open are supermarkets, grocery shops, pharmaceutical shops, places where you can get tobacco, and like I have already mentioned, gas stations. Gas stations are still open. Now, there's a big debate on whether or not hair salons, dry cleaners, and laundry shops should still be open. That I'm not too sure about. But of course, in these dire times, it is always advisable to perhaps get your hair done at home and get your laundry done at home. Isn't it always better to be safe than go against these restrictions? Pet food shops would also be open, and any place that sells hygienic products, cleaning products, which would ideally be some kind of a supermarket, would also be open. The next question that came up was, can I walk my dog, or can I take my dog out for a walk? And the answer is yes, you can absolutely take your dog for a walk, but you need to be careful in the way you handle your dog and make sure you are protected and safe. The next thing was, can I do sports? Can I exercise outside? Unfortunately, during the state of emergency, we are not allowed to go exercising outside. Gyms are closed. You cannot go running. You cannot go cycling. You cannot go doing any kind of sports, whether you are alone or you are in a group. Absolutely not. You cannot even go out for a walk to just take air. You can't do that. You cannot go out for a walk for just air. Like, if you come in contact with a police officer, you're going to get into some trouble. If you want to know what kind of trouble you would get in, stay to the end of the video and I'll share more details on some of the things that would happen if you are arrested by a police officer. The other doubts that came up was, can I see my friends or my family? Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. You are not allowed to leave the house to go visit a friend or family unless you are able to visit a dependent relative who needs help to carry out home visits. So if there's someone who is dependent on you and they need your help, that is when you're able to go carry out a home visit. The other doubts people were having was that, can we order food at home? Yes, we are allowed to order food at home as long as the establishment or shop is able to have a home delivery service. Now, if it's a restaurant, it would obviously not be open. It should not be open. But if it is home delivery service that is able to make deliveries, that option is absolutely open, and we can take advantage of that and make orders whilst at home. One of the critical things that keeps coming up is, what about the public transportation? Does it still work? Can I still go on the bus? Can I still go on the train? And the answer is, the public transport services will maintain their schedules at 100%, okay? Except for those of medium distances. I believe probably longer journeys or intercity trips will be running at about 100% scheduling, but for those with shorter or medium distances will not run at the same capacities that they would usually run. What happens if you do not follow any of these restrictions whilst living in Spain and whilst we are in a state of emergency? There are fines that have been put in place, and in some cases arrests if you do not follow any of these restrictions. It is very critical. It is something that the government is taking seriously, and I can bet you if you do not take it seriously, you're going to have to face some fines. And as you can see here, people are being careless with the restrictions and going against, let's say, the law at the moment and getting themselves into trouble. So you don't want to be like this person here who is having to be arrested, dragged, and headed off somewhere that I'm pretty sure they're going to feel very, very, very uncomfortable. So why don't we take the necessary precautionary measures and protect ourselves and avoid spreading the virus and avoid making the work of the police even more difficult at the moment. Now, if you're interested in knowing what the fines are, leave a comment down below and I'll share the link to the fines that have been put in place for those who are still interested in going against all the restrictions that has been put in place by the government at the moment. I hope nobody gets into that or get any kind of fines, because you want to be safe. Everyone needs to be safe. I hope that this has been something informative and you've gotten some benefit or some information out of it. I do hope you keep safe, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you are notified immediately I upload any new content. Thank you so much for watching, and stay at home.
Yes, he va,